Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial how to use Line 6 Helix with software ampsims. You might want to ask what's the benefit of this method. The answer is obviously the title, because some of the ampsims may sound better or more complementing to your ears and playing than those stock amps available in the hardware unit. The big downside to this method, of course, is that it requires a computer to run, but this may not be an issue for those who already use a computer for studio or live. For example, to run the backing tracks from your DAW or sync the presets, or even use the Fishman triple play MIDI controller like I do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this audio feature isn't even available on the Helix competition. Before we start, let's set the ground rules here. We are assuming that you have Helix in working condition and have installed the drivers, connected the Helix to the USB cable to the computer, blah blah blah. It's all obvious. So let's get started. First, boot up the Helix and navigate to a blank preset. I will be doing this on PC editor, but you can do the same on the Helix hardware itself. Well, since this method requires a USB connection, the Helix edit is at your fingertips anyway. So, in the blank preset you have path 1 and path B, and basically what we are going to do and what this method is, for what it's worth, is we're gonna create a USB send and return, so to speak. Make sure the input and output of the preset is set to multi. And next, set path 1 to destination to USB 3.4 and source for path 2 to USB 5.6. Basically, routing wise, that's all you need to do in the Helix preset. Now we're switching to the DAW. In this scenario we'll be using Cubase, but any DAW should be capable of setting the ACO correctly and routing audio to available ins and outs. Now, under device setup, switch to Helix for your VST audio system. When you have switched, it's also a good idea to check the buffer size for the latency. Of course, when the load will be high, you may get sound glitches, and then you will increase the buffer to minimize them. As you increase the buffer size, the latency increases too, but the sound artifacts disappear. Anyway, that's not the topic for discussion of this tutorial, but I thought I should mention this. Anyway, let's create a blank project with 2 audio channels. Yes, once we've changed VST audio system to Helix, your DAW may not set the inputs and outputs for you, so you will need to do this manually. Let's check it out. Set all 4 pairs of stereo inputs and outputs. Now, go to your DAW and set the input of first track to USB 3.4 and the output to 5.6. Let's also rename the tracks. The first track is where you will put your ampsim on the FX chain, and it will record dry. Well, technically not dry, it will record path 1 from your Helix preset, and the second track will record as you hear it. If you want to record completely dry, you need to set channel input to USB 7.8, and for this refer to Helix user manual. Record aim both tracks. Engage monitor only in the first track. Let's preview our dry signal of the guitar. It's Ibanez RG series with the Marzio Evolution pickups, bridge position clean, direct to Helix. The fact that we're getting the sound means that the routing is done okay. Now let's switch to Helix and put some effects on the path 2. First, let's insert impulse response here. I will be using Ownhammer's Mesa free demo. Basically, since you see your routing visually, you can now tell that the path 1 will be Helix effects before the USB effects, in this scenario ampsims from your DAW, and the path 2 will be post effects. And now the fun part. In your DAW, insert an ampsim on your channel. I will be using Legion by this great Canadian guy. By the way, make sure to check out his blog for more ampsims, because they sound terrific, and to my ears are in no way subpar with the most hardware modelers. Actually, that's why I'm doing this tutorial in the first place. At least, if you're not sure if the ampsims sound great, this is a good place to start. but you can of course use your audio VST plugins like PV Revolver, Positive Grid Bias Effects, anything. And now let's hear what it sounds like with an ampsim and impulse response module after it. So, there you have it. You can now use your imagination and MIDI tools to switch and bend the whole thing to your needs. Thanks for watching. Bye.